Today we are giving my mudroom a makeover by installing beautiful vertical shiplap. This is a straightforward project that has a large effect on the room's style. And we made the planks ourselves, which means this project's affordable too. So if you're interested in how we did it, just keep watching. Our shiplap project is part of a larger renovation, which included things like taking down walls. So if you're from the future, the link to our full mudroom renovation will be above. But to start with the shiplap, you're going to want finished walls, which means drywall, mud, and tape. And bonus points if you put on a layer of primer too, that will help with the painting later. And then we're off to cut our shiplap. We are using this very thin plywood from Lowe's. It's in the standard 4x8 size, but it's only 3/16 of an inch thick, which is about 5 millimeters. We're going to cut each board to get 9 strips each, and accounting for the saw blade, that works out to about 5¼ inches wide per strip. And my ceilings are 8 feet tall, so this is going to work out perfectly. Normal shiplap is a wood plank that overlaps itself on the edge, kind of like the siding on a house. We are trying to mimic that look, which means somewhere between 5 and 6 inches is exactly what we want. On to installation. We are using a construction adhesive on each piece in combination with brad nails to hold it in place while the glue dries. Now this adheres very well, but the issue is it will be difficult to get off in the future. Horizontal shiplap, which is more modern, screws directly into the studs, but because we're doing vertical, which is a more traditional look, the studs aren't always available and drywall will not hold brad nails, so that means we needed an alternative. I really wanted vertical, and I know I can patch any holes in the future, so I'm okay with the glue situation, but make sure you choose what's right for you. We used a laser level to get things straight, as well as tile spacers to keep each plank evenly spaced. After all the boards are up, it's time to prepare our surface for paint. This is a bit tedious, but I went through and filled each of those brad nail holes with a little bit of spackle, and then I came back later and sanded those all smooth. And then we're on to paint. We did 1 coat of a regular water-based primer and then 2 coats of regular wall paint. Now we do have to figure out how to get the paint inside the cracks. You can see we started here with an airbrusher thinking that would be easier, but then we figured out just a regular paintbrush works as well. If you don't want to be pushing paint into all these crevices, I've also seen people paint the entire wall beforehand, and then you just need to paint the top surface of these planks afterward. The only other thing I would say is that this plywood is very water sensitive. Once you have a complete seal with the paint, that is not going to be an issue, but it's really important to make sure you get on all the sides of the plywood, all the surfaces, especially if you're using this in a watery place like a bathroom or a kitchen. And then it's time for all the little finishing touches. We installed some nice new bright white baseboards, and we also went around and cleaned up all the outlets and added new light switches. And now we're done! I love how this project turned out, and I'm so excited every time I come home to my beautiful mudroom. There were a few parts of this project that took some time and were quite repetitive, but all in all, I thought it was pretty simple and straightforward, and wow, does it have a big impact. If you're curious about how we did our floors, I will link that video up above when it is ready. We also made this super cool French cleat cover for our laundry hookup, which is beautiful as well. As always, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you've seen anything you thought I could have done differently or better, let me know that too. I'm always open to learning. I'll see you next time.